In today's Work in CT story, it's all about the hands-on work and the future of schools.
Brooks Fisher from Newman Architects in New Haven is joining us now to talk about his job at a new collaboration that's revamping our schools and learning spaces. Brooks, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, first off, tell us about your role at Newman Architects and the big plan in the coming year to change learning environments.
Yes, I'm a principal at Newman Architects, and we've been creating educational environments in the state of Connecticut and up and down the East Coast for the last 50 years. But recently, we've created a strategic alliance with DLR Group, who's a nationally known architecture firm creating K-12 environments all across the country and internationally. Really, this alliance with DLR Group has allowed us to expand the services we can bring to the state of Connecticut, and really coming out of a COVID world, there is a whole new future of education, and we really believe we're poised now to bring that to the state of Connecticut.
And specifically, my understanding is you're going to work with Norwalk Public Schools. So what is that process going to be like? What is that project? What do you have to assess there?
Sure. So currently, we've been working with Norwalk. We were hired back in December by Norwalk Public Schools to review the educational adequacy and the facilities condition of all of their schools across their district. Not only were we looking at the facility conditions and the actual condition of the schools, but we were looking at their curriculum, and we've been analyzing and speaking with their principals and understanding how do they want to teach in the future. And we're really trying to provide cost-effective ways to change the environment so that they can be schools of the future with the current facilities they have. We all know that budgets currently are very difficult in school environments, but we have the ability to go in, make small interjections, and allow for schools to change to teaching modalities of the future.
Well, you just mentioned a major one there, budget, but what other factors go into the design and motivate the decision of the space?
Well, of course, nowadays, the big talk is COVID and what is the learning environment is going to be in a post-COVID world. And so we're really looking at how do the teachers want to teach in some remote situations. More outdoor learning is being talked about in Connecticut more than ever. Of course, on a day like today, we'd all believe that we don't want outdoor learning, but we do see that all over the country as something that is another way to provide education. Allow the students to be part of out with nature, and it does improve the ability for students to engage.
What about airflow? I always see that might be a big thing with trying to disperse the virus, and it seems like it tailors right into a lot of complaints people have about old, outdated school buildings, that a lot of times there's not air conditioning or there's heating problems. It seems like that's something that could be addressed. Is that something you guys would take into consideration at least?
Oh, absolutely. So our work down in Norwalk, and tonight that we're giving our preliminary findings to the Norwalk Board of Education, and so exactly. The airflow is very important. It's something that we're looking at all the systems across all the buildings, and sometimes it can be as simple as just making sure that filters are changed at a regular basis. Other times that we can change the systems in the schools to allow for more airflow. Sometimes it's as simple as just making sure that the ventilation systems are properly operating, and that's part of our analysis as well.
All right, Brooks, thanks so much. We really found it interesting to find out about all this that's happening, and it makes so much sense.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yes, Brooks.
We appreciate it.
Thank you. Well, we'll get an update too. I'm glad I asked about it because you know what I know about architecture? Nothing.
Same.
So I'm asking
To just learn something.